and Kara Dunn, the two seniors for the Trojans. And Laura Williams and Lauren Betts tip it off. The #1 scoring offense in the league against the #4 scoring defense in the league, although SC's defense has been a little uncharacteristic lately. Here is Betts with the double. Pounded and gets out. And out of bounds to UCLA with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gianna Neepkins will inbound from the side with 8 seconds. Here's Charlize Ledger-Walker, the star transfer for UCLA. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Neepkins puts a shoulder down and gets the first bucket of the afternoon. Jazzy Davidson trying to get the ball and has it poked away by Jaquez. And down to the floor they go. The arrow stays with SC. Welcome everybody here to LA for this rivalry matchup on the last day of the regular season. UCLA #2 in the country, undefeated in conference play. Already the conference regular season champions. They're trying to have a perfect 18-0 Big Ten year. They won the first meeting back in early January against SC. The Trojans had won 6 straight, coming off back-to-back losses, and trying to finish with an upset victory as London Jones travels. Saw the Senior Day festivities. Kim, USC gave UCLA seniors their flowers. There's a lot of seniors on this UCLA team and a lot of youth on this Trojan team.
Yeah, that was a classy move from Lindsey Gottlieb. I know Corey Close had done that with their opponent on their senior day.
Lauren Betts with the double, again gets out of it. Neepkins travels and turns it over. Back-to-back travels. Sellout crowd here. Corey Close, with her 15th year, swept the Coach of the Year awards last year. Lost in the Final Four to the eventual national champ UConn. It's amazing to think, Kim, it's the first outright regular season championship for UCLA.
Yeah, and they would be one of the only teams in conference history to finish out a perfect Big Ten season, should they get the win here this afternoon and finish 18-0.
3 others have done it the last 11 years ago. Here's Jones, the former Bruin. Kennedy Smith can't hit. And Kiki Rice pushing it up to Ledger-Walker, attacking for UCLA, and 2 more.
The USC head coach Lindsey Gottlieb gave us a couple of key things. One of them was protecting the paint, and not just necessarily against Lauren Betts post-ups, but for guard drives. That was way too easy for Ledger-Walker to waltz right to the rim.
It's the most efficient offense in the country, UCLA. Jazzy Davidson's first look of the afternoon rolls off, and the rebound to the Bruins. Here comes Kiki Rice, the best defensive rebounder on the Bruin team, believe it or not. And she commits an offensive foul, first of the game. Gottlieb on the other side, 5th year, back-to-back Elite Eights with USC. Kara Dunn, the senior, gives it up to Smith. Guarded by Rice, trying to create a long 2, and that goes down. First bucket of the day.
Yeah, Kennedy Smith, her offense is really coming along. Has always been known as an elite high-level defender, but she's been scoring the ball more frequently. There's that defense. Oh, no.
Jump ball is the call in the possession to UCLA.
Oh, I thought they called a foul because of Lindsey Gottlieb's reaction. But I think that was a pretty quick jump ball call.
Here's Jaquez open for a 3, and Betts the rebound. Jaquez attacks, can't finish, and SC comes away with it. Dunn overshoots Laura Williams, her intended receiver. And back to UCLA. That is the second turnover.
And I think you live with that one early, because that's when USC is at their best, playing in transition, playing in the open floor. So that's a dead ball turnover that doesn't allow UCLA to get out and run it back.
Back to Betts inside. Quick double, and that leaves Hawkes wide open to walk through the door.
Yeah, so that's always the first thing you monitor when a team is playing UCLA. How are they defending Lauren Betts? That time they send a double, and they leave an opposite block wide open.
And now a live ball turnover. Betts gets it out quick. Ledger Walker straight away, connects.
And that's the difference with this year's UCLA team than 1 year ago, is now when you do want to double or triple Lauren Betts, they have more capable shooters around the perimeter. Ledger Walker closing out her first season on the court as a Bruin.
They have 40% plus three-point shooters in the starting lineup, and Ledger Walker's not one of them.
Lauren Betts has done a nice job of being patient early in this game. You see that help defense come sprinting over, but the problem is nobody rotates over to cover Hawkes, and this was the next possession, so a good inside-out balance so far. And Lauren Betts doing a really nice job of reading those coverages, settling into the game, and making the right reads out of the double and triples.
Betts just committed her first foul, second team foul for UCLA. Doesn't feel like anyone's been all that close to finding the answer since they lost to Texas. UCLA, not only have they won 21 straight, they've been winning by an average of 30 points a game.
Yeah, they have been so dominant. Just such a veteran group. 6 players will graduate, their top 6 leading scorers. So this is certainly if they want to cut down those nets, this would certainly be the year to do it.
Angela Dugalich has come in off the bench for UCLA. Rice got caught in the air, gave it up, got it back. Rice attacks and scores, plus the foul.
And that one fired up Lauren Betts. I don't know if they credited her with the assist because Kiki put it on the floor, but again, Lauren Betts making the right reads, a little give and go action. Kiki Rice, so quick. And yeah, there's Lauren Betts. She's loving getting her teammates involved early.
Already 3 assists for Betts in this game as Rice completes the three-point play.
I'm glad they gave her the assist on that one.
Yeah, you watch her and you wonder, could she average, how many assists could she average if she just passed, right, at this rate?
Yeah, I mean, her season average right now is about 3 per game, so she has already hit that mark in the opening 4 minutes of this game.
Well, we invite those of you watching this game on FS2 to flip over to FS1 to continue watching USC and UCLA. As Ledger Walker breaks out. Sienna Betts into the game with it at the top. Betts making a move and stepping all the way into the basket.
Little sister getting involved on the action, not just giving her older sister a breather, but coming in and making an instant impact. That was great footwork from Sienna Betts.
Dominating the points in the paint right now. Davidson tries to get it inside. It's knocked away by Ledger Walker with 12 on the shot clock. And with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, we've got a timeout on the floor. UCLA on the road, off to a fast start.
Four points in the paint. They outscore their opponents by 21 in that department, and you see creation off of double teams. Gianna Neefkins taken in. There's been great scoring balance early for this UCLA team, and that's what Lindsay Gottlieb said about protecting the paint. It's not just Lauren Betts post-ups. I don't know if any of those clips was a Lauren Betts post-up. It was guards getting in the paint, cutters, and that was a big-time discrepancy in the first meeting between these two teams in January, 42-10. Points in the paint, so they are trending in that direction early in this game.
It was a low shot clock situation for SC coming out of the timeout, so that's why that possession ended so quickly. It was a partially blocked shot as Dugalich can't hit, but gets the offensive rebound. And then a steal. Here comes Jazzy Davidson for the lay-in. Finally, she gets out and runs.
Yeah, there's a good look at what Jazzy Davidson has done all season long, and that's play both ends of the floor at elite levels. incredible the impact that she has made as a freshman, leading this USC team in pretty much every category in the stat sheet.
The only one in Division I basketball leading in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, down to the floor, tie up, and the ball will go back to USC.
Yeah, Jazzy Davidson so good on the defensive end for such a young player, averages 2 steals per game. That time just anticipating, jumping in the passing lanes. She has been on a heater with 6 straight 20-plus point games. We'll see if that could fire her up. And you look at those last 3 games, the efficiency, her 3-point shot has been as good as it's been all season long. So we'll see if that momentum play can lift her team a little bit.
The 7-time Big Ten Freshman of the Week. Here's another turnover. Live ball. Ledger Walker in transition gets cut off and will pull it back out. Ball was knocked out of her hands. Ledger Walker gets caught inside and fouled. And that is the second team foul against USC. Jazzy Davidson's first. Neepkins and Lauren Betts back in for the Bruins. Rice to get it in. Davidson all over Neepkins and nearly creates a turnover. Now Kiki Rice getting hounded by Kennedy Smith.
How about that defense?
Oh my. And this SC crowd is getting something to cheer about defensively there. They love the effort, but an offensive rebound for Hawkes.
And that's just unfortunate because Kennedy Smith worked so hard on that possession. She deserves her teammates to finish it off with a rebound.
And now a foul on Davidson defensively. That's her second.
Our vantage point was a little bit blocked by the official there because of our positioning. Let's take a look at it here. I don't know about that. I mean, she was just trying to fight her way over the screen, ran into Betts. I don't think she fouled Neepkins. That's a really tough second foul call for USC's best player. She's still in the game though.
What a possession. UCLA finding way to get points and hits the 3. This SC crowd, this is a capacity, nearly capacity crowd, almost full here, 10,258 at the Galen Center. And these SC fans just dying for something to get fired up about. And they got fired up about that defensive effort from Kennedy Smith. There's another turnover. Lauren Betts in the distributor in this first quarter. Dugalich can't hit, and a good box out and rebound from Vivian Ucla.
Lindsey Gottlieb still rolling the dice, leaving Davidson in there with the 2 fouls.
Down 17-6. Here's Smith. Banks it in!
She's brought a toughness early to this game. We've seen her lock in on the defensive end. And then we mentioned those offensive numbers have been ticking up as well for Kennedy Smith.
Smith continuing the defensive effort. Neepkins. Hawkes around from Betts. And that's deflected out away by Ucla, but it comes right to Neepkins. Can't hit it, bouncing around, and again UCLA comes away. The effort from SC on defense is fantastic, and UCLA keeps beating it anyway.
UCLA, one of the best rebounding teams in the country. There has not been an effort to box out so far for USC. That was one of the 3 points of emphasis that Lindsey Gottlieb gave us for her team. Bruins just dominating the offensive glass early in this game. 5 offensive rebounds, multiple ones on this possession. And that's just outworking an opponent right there. Trojans have to locate and block out.
Oh, what a catch in traffic for Betts. Jones comes over, and a jump ball is called, our 4th of the game already. Ball stay with UCLA with 16 on the shot clock. There's Lyndon Jones getting in there on Betts. And now Ledger Walker to bring it in.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Ucla Usc, under a minute to go here in the first. Straightaway look at a three, and that is tracked down. Tite into the game off the SC bench. Sets the screen for Jones. Looks like SC needs that, and it connects. Diana Mendes.
That was really good creation from London Jones, and Lindsey Gottlieb talked about playing with pace. That possession just had a nice rhythm to it.
UCLA has taken twice as many shots as USC right now, but the Trojans trying to close out this quarter with a little momentum.
London Jones, who spent the first 3 years of her career in a Bruin jersey, creation, hesitation, getting to that baseline, nice pass over to Mendes. You said it, that was felt like a much needed one to find some momentum as this first quarter winds down.
If they could end the quarter with a basket here, it would feel like they kind of salvage things. Kennedy Smith, shot clock is low, gives it up. Mendes can't get it to go down, but USC showing some life at the end of this first quarter, down by 8. UCLA.
Cara Dunn has been especially good in the second half of the season. She's averaging about 20 points per game. There was a stretch in January where she went for 20 plus in 7 straight games.
Also gives you an idea of the future for SC when you only have 2 seniors. Of course, Juju Watkins returning from the ACL next year, and the youth of the Trojans.
Yeah, they've got the #1 recruit coming in again for the 3rd year in a row.
SC had won 4 straight. UCLA won the champ game last year head-to-head, won earlier this year, trying to make it 3 in a row. Back the other way against the Trojans. Gianna Neepkins with the mid-range. Wasn't it fun talking to Corey Close about Neepkins came in from Utah and said, I want to be a 3-level scorer. And Corey Close said, well, you better shoot 50% if you're going to shoot the mid-range. As Jones hits, and she has. And Neepkins has maintained that green light.
Yeah, Neepkins, one of the best 3-point shooters in all of Division I right now. Nice disruption from USC.
Ball snapping around for the Bruins. Hawkes ran into a brick wall, still got the shot up. Betts cleans underneath, but can't finish.
USC got lucky there. Already a couple of second chance points for UCLA. It was almost 2 more for Betts.
Kennedy Smith. And SC get consistent offense against these Bruins. Neepkins wants it on the wing. Finds Betts in the mid-range. And a rebounding foul on Kennedy Smith. That's her first.
Let's see, the SC bench not pleased with this one. I think that's a play on. I mean, there was a little contact. Juju not feeling it whatsoever. So it's some incidental, minimal contacts around the hip. I don't think that warranted a foul call.
Kennedy Smith continuing her aggressive defense as Neepkin gets away for a moment from the Betts screen, and Betts is able to force it up and in. And that's the first basket of the game for Lauren Betts.
Neepkin's really making Betts use that wingspan there. That was not the most perfectly placed lob.
What a attack from Jones.
I mean, that's just fearless. London Jones, 5'4", taking it right at her former teammate, 6'7", just dribbling right around Betts.
Neepkins, Davidson playing with now 3 fouls. Yep. She just committed her 3rd.
Man, Neepkins did a nice job of getting her in the air. And Jazzy Davidson, I know she's a young player, but you have to be smarter there. She's one of the best shot blockers in the conference, but you can't come down, especially when you're behind a player. I mean, Lindsey Gottlieb had put her back in the game. Just a little bit of a freshman error there from Davidson.
And that's Kennedy Smith, who's provided so much energy, also sits down for USC. Maria Samuels in. Neepkins the free throw. Eric Dunn, who averages 16 a game, is yet to score today for the Trojans. Has only taken one shot. It's been hard to get a clean look on this end for SC. Jones. Mendez. Now here is Dunn. Shot clock is low. Mendez has it swatted away by Betts. Neepkins fakes the screen and gives it up. Ledger Walker in and out on the three. Samuels had it poked. Mendez has it now. Dunn. Mendez hit a three, nearly hit a second at the end of the first quarter. Jones to the cutting Samuels, and it goes down. Jones has really affected this game.
Yeah, she's really carrying the offense right now, especially with Jazzy Davidson to the bench with the 3 fouls. She's been aggressive. She's getting downhill. She's forcing the UCLA defense to shift around.
Jones was 1 of 9 in the first meeting against her former team, and Ledger Walker with a three.
Ledger Walker and Neepkins have both been really good so far for UCLA. 2 first-year players on the court for Corey Close.
Samuels that somehow got through Ucla, and then she turns it over trying to find Dunn. Neepkins, a transition three, bottoms out.
You have to mark her in transition. Not just one of the best shooters in the Big Ten, nationwide.
See the numbers there, 53% from the field for Neepkins, and now a foul on Ledger Walker. That's her first. You look back at the Neepkins transition three, her first of the day.
Yeah, Neepkins, 13 points per game on the season. She has an early 9 in this game. She is a 46% shooter from deep on the season. She's made more than 300 of these in her career. And you don't want to just let her step into a three with rhythm.
Two threes for Neepkins today. Shot clock is down to 7. Jones, shot clock's at 2. She just saw it. A very difficult shot, and the shot clock expired. Ucla Usc is going to come back in for UCLA.
Angela Dugulich may be the most valuable bench player in the country. 6'4" graduate student, would probably start on every other team in the country.
And there was a time where you thought, would she start on this team? And she went to Corey Close and said, I know you have a tough decision to make. Put me on the bench. I'll come off the bench. And Coach Close told us it was one of the great sacrifices the players made this year. Shot clock is at 2, over and back. Turnover created by Kennedy Smith. Kennedy Smith has been bringing it so far in this one and trying to keep SC within range in LA, and you become Mike's neighbor.
Yeah,
for you.
I need Mike to fund that apartment. I know he's bringing in the big dollar signs these days.
USC.
Miss my studio buddy.
Jazzy Davidson, 3 fouls sitting for USC, and Kennedy Smith is just trying to keep SC in this game by force of will.
4 years of her career at Utah. Charlize Ledger Walker started at Washington State. She was a Bruin last year, but was injured. What 2 fantastic acquisitions for Corey's closest group as they look to win a national championship here in a couple weeks.
And the irony of it for Ledger Walker is it's not the scoring that's been the headline for her this year.
Yeah,
it's the everything.
Yeah, she's been assisting. I love some of the notes that Corey Close gave to us. She said she is the rope holder, the connector of our team that's, oh, could she get it? Oh, thought she was going to be right on cue there. But she said she's brought this team from a connected group instead of just talented individuals.
who was with the team last year rehabbing from that ACL injury, transferring in. So a one-year player who got to be with the team 2 years. And what Corey Close said is in part it felt like seeing how she was able to affect the team while not playing in games was a kind of a light bulb moment for Ledger Walker. London Jones on the tough runner, and the offensive rebound for SC creates a Smith three-pointer, and she missed it all.
USC just still trying to find rhythm with their leading scorer, Jazzy Davidson, on the bench with 3 fouls. They need to get Cara Dunn more involved. Cara Dunn has taken 1 shot in this game. We mentioned the second half of the season, she averages 20 points per game, especially with Davidson on the bench. They need her to look for her shots.
Neepkins, who has the 9 points. Now Betts doubled. Ledger Walker extra pass, 1 more. Hawk has the 3, and she buries it. It is the 5th 3 of the game for the Bruins.
And that sequence sums up what this UCLA team has been, and that's a team of stars who don't care who's scoring the points. Multiple players in double figures, a team that's 2nd in the country in assists. That was a couple of extra passes there.
And they've assisted as Smith keeps it, it's undaunted, and this time gets it to go.
Smith with some emphatic claps after that, trying to get her team play with a little more fire.
Neepkins and Hawkes can't hit the 3, and Smith the tough rebound. Smith cut off, so she shoots.
No, she should have taken it right away off the dribble.
Hawkes is able to stay in bounds.
I thought Lauren Betts might pull for 3 there. Still waiting on the first 3 of the season, maybe even for her career.
She's tried 2 this year, which she never tried before. 0 for 2, but yeah, this would be a good time for the first Lauren Betts three-pointer as Ledger Walker scores, and she's got double figures.
Yeah, she's coming for that 2,000-point mark. She was 15 away coming in. I thought it might be a little far-fetched. She only averages 8 a game, but she's already had 10 here in the first half.
Here's Cara Dunn. Russia Tite back to Dunn. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Dunn looking to get aggressive. Creates an open 2, and SC is just out of sorts.
I think Cara Dunn's got to take that shot herself.
And it leads to a breakout for the Bruins. Dugalich thought she was fouled, nothing. And here comes Kennedy Smith. Ashley Jones has been able to create with the ball in her hands. And a foul on UCLA.
22 assists per game for UCLA on the season. I think almost everybody got a touch on that possession. It started with Lauren Betts kicking it out and around, and then Ledger Walker has really been scoring the ball well, just letting the game come to her. Such an incredibly high IQ. She is the first player in this game into double figures.
The foul was on Neepkins, her first, 13 foul. Yeah, just because Ledger Walker averages 9 doesn't mean she can't score 20. I mean, she averaged almost 20 as a freshman. Here is Dunn forcing the issue. Maybe that blocked a little bit. It was well defended. Betts.
I think Betts could be a little bit more aggressive in this game. She's deferring a little bit, just kind of being a passer out there.
Neepkins gets fouled by Ucla.
Lauren Betts only 2 points in the game so far. She does have 4 assists, but I think she can mix it up a little bit more. We haven't really seen her look to make her moves as of late.
Her season high is 7 assists. Here's Kiki Rice, and a foul on Smith. And that's number 2 on Kennedy Smith, and the 4th team foul.
Yeah, Kennedy Smith is taking this matchup with Kiki Rice personally. She has been all over her And she's going to stay in the game. She's got to be careful she doesn't pick up a quick third here right before the half. That could have been it right there. Yep. Very physical on Rice.
Here's Betts. This time looking for a shot, and the second basket of the day.
She must have been listening in. That's what Lauren Betts should be doing. Don't get too passive out there. You could still be a passer and go get yours.
Largest lead of the game for UCLA, 18 points. It was 8 to start the second quarter. It was an 8-point Bruin lead. They've extended, they've added 10 to that. Malia Samuels looking this clock down. Here is Dunn, blocked by Betts with 0.4 of a second remaining on the shot clock.
Yeah, there's the impact of Lauren Betts. Cara Dunn trying to get something going. She probably makes that shot in most games, but Betts sent that one back.
Quick catch and shoot opportunity, and can't get it quick enough. Samuels, and the shot clock expires, and now 2.4 for the Bruins before the half. 10th turnover for USC. Hawkes cuts it loose. That is batted by Muse, and almost spectacular. Two Bruins collided and are down on the floor. Samuels and Ucla Usc
did a nice job of reading and kicking out. I would maybe not send 3 to her because they haven't exactly had the rotations to prevent the points out of the next pass. So we'll see if they adjust anything here, but USC's got to get Jazzy Davidson going. She picked up that 3rd foul in the second half. They have got to get Dunn going as well.
Jazzy Davidson just 4 points in that first half. Here's Lauren Betts, spins away from the double. Neepkins nearly pulled it down, but the defensive rebound ripped by Laura Williams.
Yeah, there's the ball in Cara Dunn's hands. She is scoreless so far in this game. She's been a 20-point machine in the last couple of months. They have to figure out some ways to free her up.
Kennedy Smith had 7 points to lead USC in the first half on 3 of 7 shooting. He starts the second half with a basket.
Yeah, nice job from Smith coming off of the screen and keeping that ball in the right hand nice and high up on the glass over the top of Betts.
Kiki Rice passed up the 3. Here's Ledger Walker at a good first half. Forces her way in and scores. And Ledger Walker now has 12 points.
Yeah, we talked about earlier, she's more of a distributor for this team, but she scored 1,700 points in 4 years at Washington State. She's been aggressive.
There is the first basket of the game for Cara Dunn.
Yeah, Dunn is their best 3-point shooter. She makes about 2 per game at 37%. They finally get a nice paint touch and kick out to Dunn.
Ledger Walker can't get that down, and here comes Jazzy Davidson. Has not had many opportunities to run today. All the way to the other end, and the basket counts, and she's got a chance at a 3-point play.
That had to feel good for who will likely be the National Freshman of the Year. Jazzy Davidson picked up 3 fouls in the first half, had to sit a good portion of that second quarter. I mean, that is just elite speed. She is so good in the open floor using her length. At 6'1", the spin move through a couple of defenders. Big bucket for Jazzy.
77% free throw shooter. Tom Poole collected. Hawkes trying to get that in. Kennedy Smith has just been everywhere today and creates a turnover. Last touch by Kiki Rice.
Yeah, Kennedy Smith has made it her mission to not allow any breathing room for Kiki Rice in this game. It was good denial by 2 players up front, denying that first pass in, and then Kiki Rice tried to come save the day, but Kennedy Smith said no chance.
He has hit his first 3 baskets of the second half. Dunn will stretch it out, and she has found a stroke. And the Trojans have life, and Corey Close needs a timeout.
Juju's feeling it.
An 11-2 run to start this second half.
Yeah, USC needed to get Cara Dunn going. She has been hot out of the gates. Multiple triples for Dunn.
for USC, trailed by 18 at the break and now pulled it within 9.
Yeah, it was a 9-0 run over 35 seconds. The Jazzy Davidson N1 and then 2 triples from Caradon.
Lauren Betts got that out of traffic. Back to Lauren Betts now on the perimeter with 8 on the shot clock. Rice with 5. She looked at the other end, sees the shot clock. Hawkes somehow gets free, and she hit the 3.
For a second, I was going to say, I think they missed Lauren Betts inside. She had a nice one-on-one deep post up, but a triple from Hawkes works just as well.
Jones along 2, and it is taken away inside by Hawkes. Ledger Walker. Now here's Neepkins. In and out. Betts the rebound. Can't put it in, and it comes away to Kiki Rice.
This was an issue in the first half for USC, allowing multiple offensive rebounds on a singular possession.
It's 9 for the game for the Bruins. Hawkes got free because of that Betts screen. Another offensive board, and now it's Ledger Walker. Up top to Neepkins, and it goes out of bounds. What a defensive sequence. SC not giving up a point on that is stunning.
Yeah, this is now 10 offensive rebounds for USC. They want to make sure they reward themselves for good defense by ending a missed shot with a rebound. They've got to clean that up.
Jazzy Davidson in the half court. Gets around the screen and could not hit the 3. Ledger Walker down to the ground and out of bounds. And USC gets another possession. But it is a rivalry game, and USC is at home. Full of a full house.
They've had a good response out of the halftime locker room, but you have to stay consistent possession by possession against this UCLA team who had a good response out of that early called timeout from Corey Close.
Kennedy Smith, a tough scoop with the touch.
We said in the first half, she just embodies toughness in everything she does on the floor. Her defense has been on point, and she's been really aggressive on getting downhill into her spots.
Neepkins, Ledger Walker hits the 3. And for Ledger Walker, that is 2,000 career points.
And it was assisted by Neepkins, who's 1 point away from 2,000. I thought Neepkins was going to beat her to the mark.
That's right. Jones, a little space, and Hawkes runs out with it. Neepkins tied up and fouled by London Jones, her first foul.
Here's the 2,000th career point for Charlize Ledger Walker, native of New Zealand, played 4 years at Washington State. Thought she was going to look to add on to it right there. She's been really aggressive offensively in this game.
Lauren Betts just committed her second foul. Kennedy Davidson has 1 basket in the half court, right? She has 2 transition hoops, the free throw, and they get her going offensively. Coming off a double screen and another screen. Davidson cut off by Betts, tough shot, well defended, and Ledger Walker comes away from the scramble. Neepkins inside. 5 minutes to go here in the quarter. And UCLA turns it over for the 9th time today. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the third, and a timeout on the floor here at the Galen Center on the first day of March.
Incredibly interesting championship game. If we got that, there's a bunch of other teams that would like to knock those two teams off in the process. South Carolina, Texas, Vanderbilt, to name a few.
A rematch of the Final Four game that UConn won last year. Then UConn would go on to win the national title. And it's why, you know, being a 1 seed is great, but being one of the top 2, being that second 1 seed if you're UCLA, keeps you away from UConn until the championship, and, you know, maybe get you to Sacramento instead of Fort Worth as a regional site.
Yeah, the Big Ten teams on the West Coast already do enough traveling now during the season.
Here's Neepkins.
She wants that 2K.
Not going to force the issue. Kiki Rice, tough jumper. And bets another offensive rebound for the Bruins. Huckes was just parked all alone underneath the basket. And she draws the foul.
Defensive rebounding continues to be a concern for the USC Trojans. It was one of the 3 main focuses for Lindsey Gottlieb heading into this matchup, and it's now 12 offensive rebounds for UCLA.
There you see the discrepancy. They were so frustrated. You go and lose to 10th ranked Ohio State in a close game, fine, but then the loss to Penn State, you know, they felt like of all the ones they've taken this year was the toughest to take. And Lindsey Gottlieb told us she thought her team would respond to that. Whether or not it would translate to a win today, she wasn't sure, but with effort.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate loss in terms of their resume for March. Some bracket predictors have them in that 8-9 game, which if you win one, you walk right into one of those #1 seeds who have been so dominant. So for them, I think the goal is to get out of that 8-9 matchup. That's why a game like today was really important, is really important. Still plenty of time.
They will not avoid the 8-9 matchup in the Big Ten tournament. That is locked in, whether they're the 8 or the 9 seed. Here's Davidson, back rims it. Washington beat Oregon today, so USC will play Washington in the 8-9 game, which means the winner of that game will play the 1 seed UCLA. So we could have a rematch of this game in, what, 5 days?
Yep.
Here's Betts.
Oh, yeah.
And a foul against, was that Dugalich?
Yeah, I'm laughing at Coach Close's reaction. She was calling for the flop very emphatically. I did think I saw Dugalich extend that elbow in the paint. Watch. Yeah, I mean, that you can't debate that. I mean, she extended the arm and threw Davidson to the ground. There was actually maybe one that could have been called before that too. So hey, credit to Coach Close for her emphatic reaction, but I think that was the correct call and a relatively easy one.
To your point, though, the push, and now Dugalich goes down, and it's a foul on SC. And Dugalich is still down, and they're going to review this for...
Oh, gosh. Looks like she's holding the face.
The call on the floor is a defensive foul on number 11. That play is under review to see if it meets the criteria of a flagrant foul.
Kennedy Smith.
My apologies. I meant the call on the floor is an offensive foul.
Yeah, I mean, she swipes the elbow through high above the neck, so they're going to look to see if this was excessive, unnecessary. That's the grounds to upgrade it to a flagrant 1. I think they are going to upgrade this. I don't think Kennedy Smith intended to catch her, but you can't swing the elbows up right into the face of a defender. You've got to rip it through low.
Well, we mentioned it, senior day flowers were exchanged for the UCLA seniors, and the pleasantries ended there. It has felt like a rivalry game today, and Kennedy Smith has brought it. Kennedy Smith has played like it's a rivalry game. Good to see Dugalich get up and walk off, and now the officials consulting and the announcement coming.
After review, the contact by number 11 to the face of her opponent was deemed excessive and unnecessary. Therefore, the play is being upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. Anybody from UCLA can attempt 1 free throw. Anybody from UCLA can attempt 2 free throws, and they will retain possession of the ball at the division line with 30 seconds on the shot clock.
I always applaud the officials for giving those announcements on the road, maintaining composure. Brenda Pantoja, the crowd incredulously disagreed. Like I said, I think it is the correct call. I mean, it's a simple solution. When you rip through the ball, you got to bring it down by your hip. You can't bring your elbows into the face of a defender who's entitled to be there.
Kiki Rice got the first free throw and the second, and taking a look at what Kim was just describing.
So we'll take one more look. The elbow, yeah, I mean, you can't swing the elbows like that. I think that was she saw it differently, which, hey, different perspectives. That is her third foul. Her and Davidson both with the 3.
One thing you know, it's not Kennedy Smith's not going to back off now. She
No,
comes
that'll
over to
fire her
help
up.
on Betts, and Betts can't score it. Another offensive rebound and a foul on the Trojans underneath, and that's the third on Ucla. So 3 on Davidson, 3 on Smith, 3 on Ucla.
So this is not a signature Lauren Betts game. She's going to get a breather. Just 4 points for Betts. She's had some trouble. She's rebounding her own misses, but she's 2 of 8 with 11 rebounds. But her teammates have picked up the scoring slack as they've done all season long with the balance of this team.
Her sister Sienna Betts comes in for UCLA, trying to post up inside. Here's Neepkins with the shot clock low. 1 foot, and it won't go down. And that is, what did Corey Close say? She said, Neepkins is my little Luka Doncic.
Yeah, that looked like it
little
there.
Luka.
And she's still sitting on that 9 points. I feel like she had the 9 points in the opening minutes of the game. She's been 1 point away from 2,000 for the majority of this game so far. Hasn't found it just yet. Ledger Walker did.
Now Ledger Walker inside, has it taken away. Good defense from Malia Samuels. Another rare chance for the Trojans to run, and UCLA gets back. Here's Davidson. Looking for some air space, hard to find it. Sienna Betts on her on the switch.
Ooh.
Davidson attacks and finishes.
Those two are close friends too. Sienna Betts, Jazzy Davidson. Jazzy Davidson saw that she got the switch. She got the forward. Sienna Betts on her and just wanted to take it right to her friend. As you said, there's the pleasantries go out the window when you step inside the lines.
2 of them played together on the U19 FIBA gold medal team. And a 3-second violation.
Jazzy Davidson facilitated. She got the switch. The forward gets on her, Sienna Betts, and she just knows she has the explosive advantage, the foot speed advantage. And this is not an easy finish, regardless of where she got to. Hopkins was sliding over, but Jazzy Davidson, is just a freshman, has such good body control and awareness and finishing ability with either hand around the rim.
You can't help but miss Juju a little bit every time you watch, and that's coming. Whatever that's going to look like next year will be a lot of fun for SC.
She's so dynamic, and then as we mentioned, #1 recruit coming in, Sanaya Hall.
Jazzy going to work, and she'll go to the line. Trying to take this thing over and get SC back in it. The Trojans made a run to start this second half. UCLA handled it, and now SC trying to push again.
And there's Jazzy. Sorry, there's Juju. Wish we could see her playing right now, because we were talking about this earlier today. This matchup's going to look very different on both ends next season, as every player on the floor right now for UCLA will be in the WNBA at this time. So we have no idea what UCLA is going to look like in this matchup next season, and then USC is going to be on fire with Juju back and another #1 recruit coming in.
And if you were allowed to play with 6 players and Dugalich was on the floor, it would have been true too that every player will be in the WNBA next year. Here's Kiki Rice. Oh, she gets the friendly bounce.
Little Jordan shrug after too. She's had to work hard to get any sort of space in this game.
Dunn hit a couple of big shots as part of that run to start the second half, and that gets punched out of bounds by Rice. 14 on the shot clock. USC first gets to play UCLA twice. This is their 4th game against a top 3 team this year. Here's Davidson stretching out the 3. And a good one-arm rebound from Hawkes.
I mean, that is certainly a factor in how the Big Ten works. There's only one opponent that you play twice. So USC is the only team that has to play this dominant UCLA team 2 times.
Ledger Walker gets the bounce. And the non-con, they played UConn and South Carolina and Notre Dame. So that's...
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of marquee games on the schedule thinking it would be Juju's team. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The schedule was what it was with this young team with different players stepping up for Lindsey Gottlieb.
Well, you wonder if it does have maybe the DNA of a team that could, because they've been so tested this year, make a run in the NCAA tournament, maybe the Big Ten tournament. If they'd been on the other side of the bracket, you really could have started dreaming, but this will potentially be a matchup in the second and the third round as Ledger Walker continues to light it up today. 20. Final seconds of the quarter. Davidson, a 3 to beat the buzzer, and it comes up short. Davidson with 10.
Already set my DVR back home in New York because I don't know how quickly I can get to a TV, but that clipboard slam. We saw Lucky Jones in that clip. She was a UCLA Bruin last year. I wonder, did she make the call? Because coach said, hey, if you're not coming back, give me a call.
If Ledger Walker was sitting out that year, last year, here she is with it, 20 points, guarded by Jones. And it's so much fun. Both of these coaches, Lindsey Gottlieb and Corey Close, not just to talk to them about their teams, to talk to them about, as Kiki Rice was, leadership, the big picture, winning at the highest levels as they're both doing with these 2 programs. Jones the deep 3, of course, played for both of them.
Yeah, that's why it's really just a bummer that Juju is not playing in this matchup because of, it's always been a rivalry, but it's taken to new heights the last couple of years because both teams have been so good.
Hawkes, who you saw in that clip, speak up and say something. Such a veteran team. Betts on the find, and it won't go down. She is now 2 of 9 from the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this might be a season low for her. Just 4 points for Betts so far. But she does have the 13 rebounds and 5 assists. I mean, that's her impact.
Hawkes just committed her 3rd foul for his team. Drew Watkins, who has started doing a lot of individual work, has not gotten in live with the team in live practice in terms of 5-on-5, but able to be a part of some shooting drills, and 11 months since that ACL injury in the tournament. Here's Jones. Juju Watkins has traveled with the team all year long.
Yeah, that's been really cool to see. And Kiki Rice with the handles.
Another offensive board for UCLA.
But Juju, I've been here a couple games, and she's out there post-game signing tons of autographs. Still so many Juju Watkins jerseys in the stands here.
20 seconds on the shot clock for Rice. Into Neepkins. Another offensive rebound for the Bruins. And another. This time it's Neepkins with it. Neepkins pushes it up and in. And she now has surpassed 2,000 career points.
I mean, that's crazy. 2 players on the same team have hit 2,000 points in the same game. Charlize Ledger Walker and now Gianna Neepkins.
And both of them transfers as Davidson hits it. Both of them 3 or 4 years, 3 years elsewhere. And Ledger Walker from Washington State, Neepkins from Utah. Now here's Betts. Double comes. Ledger Walker, extra pass, Hawkes. Hawkes the runner. And Hawkes has 12.
And Lauren Betts deserves an honorary assist because she drew the double. She initiated that swing around of the ball, and everyone was unselfish. It created that attack of the closeout from Hawkes for the final 2 points.
Jones. And Kiki Rice the rebound. Kiki Rice having a career year as Neepkins hits a three, another, and USC needs a timeout. 14 points for Gianna.
Later this week and in the NCAA.
Minnesota got pushed by Illinois today. Illinois tried to make a wild comeback, and Minnesota was able to hold them off. Out of the timeout, Jazzy Davidson unable to score. 4 of 11 shooting for Davidson. 4 of 12 now for Davidson today.
Illinois certainly looking to bust some brackets. They nearly won at Carver Hawkeye a couple days ago as well.
Iowa able to get the 2 seed in the upcoming Big Ten tournament, and a foul called on Laura Williams.
And that brings a chuckle to Lindsay Gottlieb. I thought that first glance, I mean, we're off kilter here. We're not even at the half-court mark with our unique setup here, but in real time, I thought that was well defended from Williams.
Warren Betts at the line for the first time. That's UCLA's, this is the 8th and 9th free throws of the day coming for UCLA. USC has taken 7. And there's 2 for Betts. He's a 68% free throw shooter, and now Samuels wants to run. Jones asking it for it in the corner. Instead, it's Davidson. Left unattended. And the rebound, offensive rebound, gets another chance for Dunn. And that hit UCLA last off of Dugalich. By the way, good to see Angela Dugalich back into the game after she caught that elbow earlier in this half from Kennedy Smith. Had to leave, elbow in the face. But she is back in the game and guarding Jazzy Davidson right now. Samuels tried to throw that in off of Rice.
Usually you do that when a player's back is to you, but Rice was kind of looking at it.
Now Rice turns late. Jones fouled by Ledger Walker. Second foul on Ledger Walker. UCLA last lost on November 26th to Texas.
21 straight wins since then. Corey Close said she was actually kind of grateful for that loss. She said last season we lost much later in the season for the first time, and she liked that they had that gut punch early in the season this year, and man, they have not lost since.
Third on Dugalich. You wonder, was it so long ago? Have you forgotten the sting? It certainly doesn't look like it, because not only are they winning, they're winning by an average of 30 points. You should look at the longest active win streaks going right now.
UConn, 46 games. Have not lost since February of 2025 to Tennessee.
It's been 11 years since the team went through Big Ten play undefeated. Maryland did it last. As Jones misses that 3, it's only happened 3 other times in Big Ten history. Hawkes on the run out.
Charlie's Ledger Walker with that gorgeous vision, keeping her eyes up.
And now the steal. Took it away from Jones. UCLA with numbers. Kiki Rice out in front. Back-to-back fast break baskets. And USC will take a time.
Maroon and golds, you know the exact Pantone better than I do.
I don't have the Pantone or the RGB.
I just made sure I didn't wear either color to this matchup. Not trying to get called out. One in all black.
I was wondering about that.
I got called out by Coach Beth for USC one day for wearing blue to a shoot-around when they weren't even playing UCLA.
Was it a dark blue or was
no,
it
was a baby blue?
It was definitely the wrong blue. Aaliyah Sanders with the basket. It's just amazing how this rivalry has swung back and forth in the last couple of years. SC winning the league last year, UCLA winning the tournament. Both teams went to the Elite Eight. UCLA went to the Final Four. Dugalich the rebound, a whistle away from that rebound against Hawkes. That's her 4th foul. You know, Cheryl Miller will be front row for this one. Oh, this was great. Pre-game.
So we learned that future star. I mean, look at that precision on the jab set. This is Honor, who is the daughter of the in-house DJ, who absolutely lights this place up, by the way.
That's
An
right.
incredible environment. Honor is
Malski.
next up. Get her a
Malski.
jersey.
Honor's got a good seat, too. I'm looking at her. She's sitting right mid-court next to Elijah Arenas.
She's living the good life.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the final regular season game. Ledger Walker has led all scorers today. Ucla Usc getting inside, and it's knocked out of bounds to UCLA. There is the legend. Got a huge ovation, rightfully, as you would expect, which was shown on the big screen earlier. And a hug for Lindsey Gottlieb pregame. What a great rivalry this is. This is the 114th all-time meeting, and it's nearly split in the history. UCLA, with a win today, would take a 6-game advantage in the history. Fouls on Sienna Betts. 15th foul for UCLA. So, barring something crazy, this would go to a 60-54 all-time advantage in the rivalry for UCLA. There's no sign of slowing down this rivalry. Davidson. And you wonder, too, Kim, what kind of pressure will a UCLA team feel finishing an undefeated conference season, going into the conference tournament, if they can win that? Shot clock is low, but there will be a lot of people's picks.
Yeah, I think it's just about staying light, keeping it light, keeping it positive, because they're such an experienced group, and they all know that this is their last shot at it. So I think they just keep the focus on one practice at a time, one day at a time. And they certainly, the players who were on that Final Four team last year know what it felt like to end that journey a step or two early than they would have liked. We're going to see that in the UCLA documentary in a matter of minutes. Once this game wraps up. Free promo from me.
And there may be more coming because they got a camera crew following them this year too. I think part of it, as Jones gets fouled by Kiki Rice, these are, at both teams, these are players who have dealt with pressure for a long time. There's 7 McDonald's All-Americans on this UCLA team. So it's a group of players that have lived up to expectation.
Corey Close talks a lot about the standard, and you hear her players speaking about that as well. They've really just, the players who have been here for a couple of years, Jaquez, Rice, Lauren Betts, they have just grown so much. Ucla Usc, and then the pieces that Corey Close added around them this season to really try to take them to new levels. Ledger Walker, Neatkins.
Amanda Muse just got that rebound. She's in the game as well, an opportunity. We talked to Corey Close, illegal screen by Sienna Betts, about players who have sacrificed, and she wanted to really point out that Amanda Muse has been a player that has sacrificed, has developed, waiting her turn, and she thinks it'll really pay off as her career goes on. As you would think, getting to practice against Lauren Betts every day would do for you.
Yeah, I'm always impressed when Muse comes into the game with her defensive rebounding. I mean, she has an opportunity to play major minutes and a major role next season.
She just bothered that 3, and now she's got it at the top. Here's Ucla Usc, and right to Betts, and Sienna Betts with 2. And there's Lauren resting up, and UCLA knows they will play the winner. Well, they don't know yet, I don't think, but we know that they will play the winner of the USC-Washington game. Double bye.
In the second half of this season. Still a lot to come from her in the postseason.
Including today, in the last 16 games, the only time UCLA hasn't won by double figures was against Michigan.
Michigan, an interesting team. I just had them yesterday.
Yeah. What do you think?
Really impressive. Olivia Olson was a bucket, but they've faced a really tough schedule. Had single possession losses to UConn, Vanderbilt, UCLA.
There's some hope that they'd be the 2 seed, but Iowa won today, so Michigan will be the 3 in Indianapolis.
You see the emotion of the USC players. Just it shows you how much this rivalry means to them. They would love to have that number 12 jersey out there with them in this game.
Obviously, the result is not what they want, but do you think Lindsay Gottlieb got the response from her team that she wanted after that Penn State loss?
Yeah, I think we saw a competitiveness. This UCLA team is just so dominant, but I think she will certainly be pleased with the response from that Penn State game. That no disrespect to the Lady Lions, but USC should not have lost that game.
Whistle away from the play. So Micaiah Milton, who's come in off of the USC bench. Elise Ledger-Walker with a chance to continue what has been a special year at UCLA in the Big Ten tournament and then in the NCAAs. UCLA putting the finishing touches on an undefeated conference season. Sienna Betts inside, blocked, knocked away, turned away by Milton. 2 seconds, 2.8 on the shot clock. The trash talk continuing. Kiki Rice to get it in. Muse, Rice, did she get it off? Doesn't matter. Shot clock is off, and here's Ryan Forrestier. Mendez gives it off. And Samuel scores. And with the shot clock off, Kiki Rice can dribble this out. Crosstown rivalry. It'll be the 3rd in a row for UCLA, going back to last year's conference championship game. And do they have another in them? 22 straight wins, a perfect 18-0 in Big Ten play, the 4th ever Big Ten school to do it. A perfect conference season for the conference champs.
Really incredible for UCLA when you think about the gauntlet that is the Big Ten, the number of ranked teams, the number of teams